This conference
to
will
record
now
the
be
session.
recorded.
Fine, perfect. So let us, like yesterday, we have discussed about the POC that we are going to do on batch processing today. Am I right? So we need to have two tables. One is like unique table, and another is something like normal table. Master salaries normal table only that we have already seen. So my agenda is like I need to get the records from here, and I have to insert in this unique. So whenever, if everything is fine, no duplicate records are there, means it all will be processed in the all will get processed in the success thing only. Let me share my screen. I think I have not shared my screen. Yeah. Yes, all the records will be inserted into the salary unique until we get like unique constraint error. Okay. So whatever the record which got failed, that needs to be handled in the failure batch step. That is what we are trying to do in the POC. So let us start. Let me start off with this. Okay. Let me start off so that we can complete this POC. Let me keep the listener. Okay. Let me stop the server as well so that it will be a bit fast. This is something like batch. I'm giving the separator. We now have to get the records from the database. So let me get the records. Select query. Okay. Let me get the records. As we know, connections and everything, it is like normal thing only. Till now, so many examples we have done. So again and again, I'm not repeating, just I'm browsing it. See, instead of database records, even you can try from JSON as well. In the listener itself, you can give the JSON and you can do that. Okay. See, POCs means anything we can do it. That you have to try it out. Okay. Let me give the host name. Okay. Let me test the connection quickly. It should work. Yes, nice. It worked. So everything is fine. Oh my god, already we have the connection, right? Why create again? Really, sometimes our brain work. That's not required. Anything, even though configuration is different, we can make use of it, right? Let me delete this. Let me make use of the existing connection only. Okay. Now select star from. We know that it's master cell. Okay. I have queried it. Okay. That's nice. It's a bad job. Let me create, like, first I will check with one record. Okay. And one more very important thing. Max failed records. Currently it is 0. I cannot say it is bug in the Anypoint Studio. Whether it is a bug or some property miss, we don't know. But if it is 0, definitely this batch job will not handle failed records. It should be always -1. If you have mentioned as -1, then only it will work. Otherwise, it will not work. See, if I am keeping as 0, let's see, even though the record was failed, even though duplicate record comes, it never goes to the failure step. That's for sure. If I'm not keeping -1 means definitely it will not work. So currently I'm keeping 0 only, so that we can see. I'm not sure. So if it is with the previous version, but in the latest version, might be this bug might have corrected. Okay. So when I was working with the 7.11 or something, definitely if I'm not keeping -1 means it has not handled. Okay. Let us cross verify that. Okay. We don't know why, because now the version has changed. The patches was developed for Anypod Studio, right? Might be this property might also have corrected, but that we have to check. Okay. That's fine. And let me keep logger first, so that how it is behaving first we will check. First we will try to see success record sprint. Okay, in the message what you can do is records in success batch step. Okay, see, you can do it by selecting effects as well. If you are not interested to select this effects, that is also fine. In that case, what you have to do is you have to click on shift hash. If you click on shift hash, automatically it displays everything. Payload you can keep. Okay, even this also works. So payload means always we know, like only mule expressions we are going to understand that. So if I select like effects, in that case only it will understand what exactly the payload is. Okay, in some cases, like we are not interested to load all the properties unnecessarily. In that case, only like only payload only I need. I don't want to load all the properties. Why? I don't want to increase, I want to burden on the process. So in that case, what you can do is you can just keep hash. If you are keeping hash means you will understand, like, hey, this guy is expecting, okay, this guy is like writing it in mule expression. So it will understand that. Okay, you may get down. The same thing we can do it. See, I can select here. I can this I can in quotations I can keep, and directly payload I can keep it without this hash. Even that works. But by doing in this way, unnecessarily all the unnecessary properties also will get loaded. But in this case, I don't want any properties. Why? Because I'm not doing anything with that properties. I don't want it. So why to overhead my process? That is the reason I disabled it, and I need only payload, so that that thing I have written in the mule expression. When you give hash, that indicates like it is a mule expression. Okay, success record sprint. So here also I'll try to keep one more logger. We'll try to see what it is printing. Failed record sprint.
One question. When we use mule
Hmm.
expression, everything goes in quotes or we can do without quotes also?
Yeah, when we are writing any static data, see here
Yeah.
it is static data. Na? What it is? It is static
Yes.
data. Records in success batch step. See, if you are using FX, definitely you have to keep this in single quotations. Otherwise, it will not
Okay.
understand.
A
And
single
you can
or
remove
double.
this hash. A
Okay.
single or double, anything is fine. But you don't need to keep this hash. Okay, directly
Hmm.
payload. You can just direct payload. Why? Because FX understands payload is nothing but input request data. Right.
Hmm.
You don't need to keep hash. But the problem is unnecessarily we are loading all the properties. That is not good. Only we require payload. That's all. Only we can just write hash, and whatever we require, only that one we can select it.
Okay.
Here the same case. What I'll try to do, the same thing here also. I'll do. But -1 I did not kept whether it is working in this version or not. Even I have to check. Why? Because this is latest version, right? They might have fixed also. In 11 it is bug, that I am sure. Why? Because I myself has worked. Okay, this is fine. Let us add the breakpoint and let us see. Okay, let me debug and let's see how it behaves. And let us keenly observe if any unique things are there or not. I'm just observing. I'm taking the master save. If you observe, 3 is like duplicate record. So when 3 is processing, it should fail. If I keep like insert queries, it should fail. Okay, it should fail when I'm keeping the insert queries. Currently, I'm not keeping anything, so it will not fail. Currently, it will not fail anything. Why? Because I am not inserting the data, right? So I don't think you will be seeing that failure record might go to the failure step. It will not go. Why? Because no insertion. I am not inserting anything here, na. Just I am logging it. So definitely here it will this in this step it will not go. So you cannot observe whether if it is 0 or -1, the thing will be same. So here you will not observe. This we will observe when we are keeping the insert database thing. Then we will observe. At that time we can observe whatever. So in the record in the logs, what it is printing, let us try to see it. You are able to hear my voice, right?
Now we are able to hear. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have not spoken anything. Fine. I
Okay.
think my net got disconnected for seconds. So I thought like, fine, that's okay. It is deployed now. Let's test it. Here it is batch. Yes, we got it. How many records we are getting? We are getting 7 records. right? We are getting 7 records. Batch size we have kept it like 1. Okay, it went to the step. Okay, so it retrieved the records and batch size is 1. Let's see. If you see, kindly keenly observe how intelligent the batch is. It is saying batch job has picked how many records? 7 records are loaded. Have I written anywhere? Have I written that message anywhere? I have not written, right? I have not written anything. The batch itself is saying. That is the beauty of batch job. So definitely, like at the back end only, it is identifying as soon as it is coming to batch job. Okay, how many records are there? It is just identifying and displaying itself. I have not kept anything anywhere on the log. Anywhere I have not kept it. By default, it is recognized. Now batch size is only 1. That means 1 record will be printed, right? So first this fellow got printed. Next, there is no chance like failure. Why? Because it is just a logger, right? We have not raised any exception. So definitely the exception, it will never goes to next step. It will be in the success step only. See, if you have observed, this 3 has printed twice, right? ID. And if you have observed statistical data, what I said, well, I have said that it will give the statistical record, which is statistical data, right? See, after completing the process of all records, what this batch is doing, it is displaying by itself. The batch job itself is displaying. The loaded record total records are 7. Success records also 7. Failure records 0. So nowhere we are tracking it. By itself, it is giving the statistical data. That is one beauty. So suddenly, if anyone asks, you no need to count. At least that job will not be in our plate, right? Am I correct? Fine. So now let's go back. Okay. Now let's keep insert. Remember one thing. We know if batch process is 1, insert is 5. If it is more than 1, means we have to go for bulk. That we already know it. Already we have seen it. In the for each also we have seen it. Am I right? So let me keep with insert first. Okay. Instance, same configuration. The same this thing as well. Okay. So if we are binding any ID and this thing, ID we are binding and salary we are binding. So binding parameters will be there. Binding parameters again we have to take. So definitely we need transformation. Why? Because definitely here we will be declaring our binding parameters, that is ID and this thing. So let me copy it. Let me copy from here. So the transformation is definitely required. Why? Because ID and this thing we are binding it here. So this ID and for salary value we have to get, right. That we need to get. So let me go for transform message. I'm converting as I have to bind to that parameters. I have to use transform. It is Java. We have to declare that ID and what is that? S a capital S or small s? SAL, I guess. SAL. These two things I have to declare, right? So what I need to do is I'm copying here. Okay. We know this already. I have discussed several times. See, now the batch processing I'm using is is only one record. One record means without map we can use it. If at all you are increasing your batch, you are increasing. If at all you are increasing your that thing. What is that? In for loop it is batch size. Here it is block size. If you are trying to increase your block size more than one, then definitely we need this map. Map is required. So even though I am trying to use insert, but still I am using map directly. Okay, fine. So now I have binded these parameters, that is ID and SAL. Here I have binded, so I don't think it will be a problem. And definitely directly I can say why, because I'm not storing anything on the variable. So directly I can say it as payload. What happened to this? Let me check. Is very okay. FX I have not selected, so it is not understanding. Now it will understand.
One question. So
Huh.
SQL query you write here, insert into table name that ID and salary. That
Hmm.
name should be exact same as the DB column name. I mean, is it
This
case
one,
sensitive? Yeah.
these two you are asking. Yes, obviously. Column names, how the column names you are declaring, the column names should be same. Why? Because that into this table only you are inserting. So whatever the column names inside this table are there, that only you have to.
Do that depend on the like I'm
Type of
using my
database.
my yeah, because
Yeah.
I seen
So
it is not case sensitive. Yeah, okay.
yeah, it depends upon the data type, database which you are using. Sometimes like sysdays, MongoDB also is not case sensitive. We can use that.
Yeah, and
But in
yeah,
Oracle, yes,
hmm, other thing I noticed is for the single record, even if I don't specify those names where I want to insert the values, it still works. But for the
it
bulk
works
insert, those are mandatory.
mandatory. So yeah, that
Hmm.
is true, na. Why? Because more records will be there. So definitely you have to.
Okay.
So that behavior is correct behavior only, na.
Yeah.
Right. One thing we will observe. Okay. One thing we will observe. As I said in the batch job, currently I am keeping as 0 only. Okay. Currently I'm keeping 0 only. Let's see the failed records are recognized or not. Why? Because my table is unique table, that we know. That we know it. So if any unique constraint raises means definitely it has to raise flag, and it has to go to this batch. On the other hand, I said like without keeping -1 it will not work. But this is in the case of 7.11 version. In this version, whether that was faded out or not, even I'm also not sure, that I have to check. We will be checking it now. Okay. Okay. So fine. Database, this one. Let me save this. Let's see whether our application is loaded by itself or not. Is it
And
loading or
that
not
transform
loading?
message,
Yeah, in the transformation, just I have kept Java. I'm not using any variable here. Directly payload I'm
yeah.
using.
So that transform message which you used outside the batch job, can we put
Yeah, it
it inside?
recognizes. We can put it. We can put it. But the thing is like how many have loaded, that much payload should be there here now.
Hmm.
So if you are keeping inside, what happens? Batch will be 2. So only for the 2 records it will be transformed.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Okay.
So it depends totally on requirement, Kiran. However we want, we can do that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I'm not sure whether this is updating the process or not. I don't think it is updating. Let's see. No, it is. It will not update here. That is the problem. I have checked build automatically. Even though I have checked build automatically, even though if you are seeing, we can observe that it is not updating. Have you observed? So wherever last time we have stopped, that only it is there. It is not loading. So that means that indicates like it is that build automatically. The updation of jar is not working currently. So we don't have any other option other than redeploying it. Sometimes this irritates. Anypoint Studio, some in some versions it behaves some in some way, and in other versions it behaves in another way. If you see in 7.11, it is updating by itself only. Already we have checked build automatically. Even then it was not working. So we should not waste our time. Why? Because it is IDE problem. It is not in your hands, or neither in your hands nor in my hands. Just redeploying and waiting for a few seconds. That's all. It's initializing. Let it initialize. It's deployed. Let's see now. So in that master sal unique, while it is inserting, now it has to error out. Okay. Let me send this records. Okay. 3 3. When third record is twice. When this reaches, it has to fail. Transforming the message. I have payload 7 records. Batch is loaded. It is inserted. Let it do it. One by one it has processed. That is fine. And now insertion should happen. First record. Unique ID. Let me check whether it is there or not. Unique ID we will check whether it is inserting or not. Oh. I'll do one thing. Let me delete Okay. Let me delete here. Till now I have not executed, right? Let it be. Okay. One record got inserted. Let's observe one by one. Sixth record. Okay. Another record. Another record. Three. Okay. What happened? Let's see. How many records it got inserted? 1, 2, 6, 3. 3 inserted. Again 3 it is coming. So what happened? It was raised. Error was raised. Now whenever the error was raised, what it should do, it has to go to step failure ideally. But in the at the bar job I have kept 0. Whether that is working or not, we will see. If you see it, see there is unique constraint violated. Okay. No. Okay. See, have you observed one thing? When error was raised, error it was shown and it immediately processing next record. But in case of for loop, what it happens when an error occurred, it stops there itself. It will not, like for next it will not go. Okay. Now I have done. See, it is not going to batch. Okay. I think in this version also it was not handled. That is what I understood. That's fine. Okay. So finally, how many records are there? We'll see. Unique constraint, one record got failed. Let us observe the logs first. So we will change to -1 and we will observe. So that is fine. So in this 7.15 also, I think that property change was not done. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that is okay. So if you see the final thing, see at the top, execution. Record will be added to the failed list. See, keenly observe. Failed records, it entered into the failed records pool. This is how the batch process will work. Okay. It is saying everything it is giving. Unique constraint. While we are inserting into unique constraint, the error occurred. So it is giving everything, but it is not going to that step, right? It is not going to that step. So we'll do one thing. Let me go to this batch job. Now what I'll try to do, I will handle it. I will keep instead of this thing -1. I'll keep -1 and I'll try to process it again. This fellow is not updating. Again now it is building. Let's see. It is showing as it is building. Might be it works now. Let's see. If not works, again we have to redeploy. We don't have any other option. It's showing as it is building. Let's wait. Okay, meanwhile I will delete it. I will delete the records from here. Otherwise always all 7 records will get failed. And I am again inserting. Now it is empty. Nothing is there. Right. Okay, it is updating. That's fine. Very good. Let it update. it started up. That's nice. Now let me hit it. Okay. Transformation, 7 records will be loaded up. It will go fine. All the records it prints, that's okay. And then finally it goes here. First record, second record, third record. Whenever the 3 comes, then it failed. Fine. Now it occurs. Okay. Out of seven records, like employee ID 3 is repeated. So it occurred. Now it is going to batch failure. See, in the batch failure, now which record was failed, that was automatically moved to failure, and it is printing it. Okay. If you see batch step, it is failed. Now it is displaying correctly. Out of 7, 6 records are successful. 1 record got failed. That information it is giving. Like, see, right? So it has displayed. For reprocessing, see, failure record information, records in failure batch step also we have displaying, right? That also. For reprocessing, what we will do in real-time scenario, Gopi, what we are going to do is, here instead of, here I just kept the logger. Am I right? I just kept the logger. Instead of logger, we will track that failed records. We will write it to an either Excel sheet or text file. In some text we will write it, and that failed records data. See, if they are asking for reprocessing, see why? Because these are failed. Why it is failed? Because of unique id is missing. So unique id is missing means duplicate record. It is we are trying to process. That is wrong, right? That is wrong. We should not see order once it is placed. Processing twice is wrong. We should not do it. In that case, first of all, reprocessing itself, the concept will not be there. Just we will track the failed records and we will send it to the business. Hey, these are duplicate records. These records, this much count, we have received it. In this scenario, reprocessing is not the, we cannot do first of all. As per business, it should not process, na. But we have to indicate. So some people, we know it how the business people will be. They will be asking, okay, which records got failed, which records have yeah, we can send an email. We can write, like in the batch failure, what we can do is, like, we can track all those records in the form of Excel sheet or in the form of .txt, and that .txt can be attached to a mail and it will be sent to the stakeholders. That is also an option. Just giving heads up is the only thing which we can do in this requirement.
Yeah, we can even add them to queue or add failed record to DLQ and then add our processor as per requirement.
Anything you can do, anything. See, instead of in Excel sheet, you want to store all the failed records in another table, means create one more table and insert them into that. But
Yeah.
at that time, what happens is, like, the problem there, what will be the problem with DB is daily. In that case, you should have a column name, like with date columns also should be there. Why? Because today how many failed, tomorrow how many failed, with the date we can segregate, right? So instead of that, daily writing to a file once in a day, end of the day, is good. My suggestion. Attaching that file and sending across to the stakeholders is the right thing. Okay, you're pretty much clear, right? Concept is clear. I thought I thought these fellows have fixed this issue. Yeah, in 7.17 also they have not fixed. Without -1 again it will not work. So I can ask this as an interview question. one more thing.
You should
Okay,
interview us after this course completion,
definitely.
and then will hire us.
Definitely. Yeah,
Uh, what? Who hire us? You are going to hire Nitya? Hire me then.
definitely. Sure, definitely.
I
Definitely
thought
lot many
only you were
interviews, yeah.
hiring.
No, no. Yeah,
See,
lot of.
see,
Yeah.
along with my job roles, this is another headache for me. I literally hate. Why? Because I'm seeing the people who are not having at least minimum knowledge. Minimum knowledge they want to have at least in logger what they will do also don't know, yeah. That type of people are in the market, but still they are getting jobs. That is what the concern is.
Yeah, yeah. Today, actually, in the meeting, Dreamforce, the entire half of the sessions are MuleSoft. So they
Huh.
made like the IDE is generally available online. That's what they said, the product team, yesterday when I spoke with them.
Hmm. But not many bugs, Gopi. So the people who
Uh,
can identify, see,
yeah,
I know this problem, so I know it. But people who doesn't know this, they will struggle, right? They will bang
yeah.
their heads, right? Obviously,
It is headache, right?
it is headache.
Because
So that is the reason I'm saying
mhm.
real-time people easily we can capture in MuleSoft. So many bugs will be there in any point studio. If you ask once, they are not answering means that indicates that's all. Yeah, why? Because why I remember this, when 7.11 version, at least that is like new only. Mule 4 is new. And when I have taken this Mule 6, Mule 3, I have worked, 4 also I'm working. 4 is new version for us, right? So in batch processing in Mule 3, it is bit different. Here it is different. This minus 1, even in at least MuleSoft blocks also, we have not, we have no clue, no information. We lots of records are getting everything is like in success only. Even though we are getting failed record, the stakeholders are killing us. Next day, every 2 hours meeting will be there. How what all the failed transactions? Why orders are failing? Why that those orders are not reaching? This kind of questions are falling on us. What to do? Even we raised the query. If you see that MuleSoft now, our query, I think we ourselves have raised this query. Nobody has answered at that time. So some logically Java, the person who has .NET and Java programming, we we ourselves that hey, see if anything is like array index out of bounds. If array index is exceeding, we will get minus. The tool was made in Java. So failed records will be recognized with minus. So let's keep some negative number. The thought came like that. So I remember this, so definitely when I'm teaching everyone at this point, I'll never miss. Why? Because we struggled the whole night, right? That struggle always makes us to remember. So this any point studio is nothing but Java coding only. In Java coding, if okay, everything is in hash, everything is in array list. If array list, if anything is failed in Java, that goes to negative only. Negative number it prints. Why can't we just put this and why can't we check this? Then it works. Sometimes even product also will not help us. Why? Because project timelines will not wait for product to answer. For product people, if you have raised any concern, either P1 or P2, definitely even they will take some time for investigation, at least 2 to 3 days. And our clients, we know it how our clients will be. They see giving 1 day, they will feel like they are wasting their billing amount. And the worst thing is like our architects only will suggest like, hey, this mule is good. Take the mule. In mule, so many advantages are there. Our people only
Because
will speak.
yeah, yeah, because today to everyone they are telling, right? They have to sell it, right? That's what it is. It is a normal, but our problems like no one understand. That is, yeah.
No one understand. That is true. 3 days even they can't wait. 1 day after like hot fixes we have to do. So what I'm trying to say is like it's not only like sometimes we have to think beyond. beyond beyond the tool as well. So that makes some of the problems to solve it. Another bug is also there. While I am speaking like insert, I am speaking like update, I am speaking delete, but I'm not able to speak about merge operation in MuleSoft. This is another bug. In another project we faced it. Merge operation. What is the functionality of merge? Merge operation, how it behaves. If record is there, fine, it updates the record. The functionality of merge is it updates the record. If it is not there, it inserts. That is the functionality of it performs two functions. If it is there, it updates. If it is not there, it inserts. But in MuleSoft, unfortunately, we can't see that merge. But in my project requirement, I got it. Hey, we need merge. Where is that merge? Merge is not there. Database, if you see the database, insert, on query, select, delete, merge, no, we know calling the stored procedure, update is there, everything is there. Merge is not there. What to do? The requirement is like much. See, he don't want to the technical guy, that is another psycho. That fellow will not listen. Hey, we can keep choice router. If insert is there, let's propagate insert, and let's if it is like update, let's keep like update. Insert is there, update is the separate connectors we will keep one choice router. If the customer is raising for update, we can go for update in update router. I mean choice. In that choice, like when condition, else condition, default condition, we will keep. That fellow is not listening. I don't want that. Performance will kill. Why I have to hit it 2 times? These many questions, who will answer? Yeah. Okay, again it's a challenge. Again it's a challenge. What to do? Again, in procedure, we have written that merge operation, and okay, you fellow don't want to call the db adapter twice. Okay, stay with that only. We have written db procedure which accepts two parameters. It checks the condition. If it is insert, it will insert, else it will go to like that procedure we have written. We that procedure is also like something it is initial versions, right? It is not cooperating. So many issues. Again, if any exception occurs in that procedure, we have to handle. That is another torture. So in that way, that issue we have closed. So if you are asking, if any interviewer is asking, hey, have you faced any challenges? Even you can say what I have shared. Hey, when we are working with level 7.11, merge operation is not there. Requirement came. Hey, we don't have any other option. We have written the procedure. But try to whatever the problem I'm saying, no, so try to Google on it. Try to grasp some more knowledge, and you try to speak in the interview. At least persons will identify your fake, but at least they will understand like, okay, you're trying to do. Okay, if you give this the chance to this fellow, he will do it. That type of
Yeah,
opinion it comes.
basically, yeah, you need to provide the confidence and to grasp.
Confidence.
And we know when you are speaking, like within 5-10 minutes, we will figure out, no matter what how much experience you have. Okay, but how
Definitely.
confident you are, how clear you are communicating the concept, that is so much important.
Yes. So this is a good opportunity when I'm speaking this batch processing. So this is like you can take it like one of the interview question. Okay. You can merge one thing, you can tell even though you have worked or not worked, at least you can add that point. Okay. These two things we can. Fine. So let's come to POC. Okay. Now I have coming to the POC. What is my requirement for this thing is I have used insert for only block. What I have used? Only one record I have used, right? Try to use block. I have used size as 1. What is my requirement is try to use 2 or 3 block size, increase the block size. Okay, try to insert it. Definitely insert will not work, with that we know it. Try to use bulk and 2 at a time in batch processing. How it is doing, try to implement that. Try to observe the logs. Whatever you are doing, try to observe in the just like how I have observed. Try to observe it, how the job processing is behaving. Try to understand that. Okay, that is the POC. Fine, I'll end the session for now, and tomorrow with new concept we will come. We will
Yes,
speak
Nitya.
on RAML. Yeah,
Yes, Nitya. One
yes,
thing.
please.
Suppose we
Mm-hmm.
have to use the bulk insert.
Mm-hmm.
In the for each we have to select the only one record. So that will insert.
Yeah, inserts. Why not? But for one record, using bulk insert is like killing the performance. We can do it. No problem. We can do it.
But I'm getting the error. So if we are using the bulk insert,
Mm-hmm.
we are sending
Mm-hmm.
the only one record. I'm getting the error.
Mm.
Some we are array index like that. Some we are getting the error.
Is it? Okay, somewhere
Yes.
some mistake might have done. Okay, do have you written for loop? Have you written for loop in the transform message?
Yeah. Yes.
For loop, okay, remove that for loop and try once. Okay, remove this map and try to use only these two and try to insert once. Still you are getting? Tomorrow we'll check on that. Is that fine?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Just have make your hands dirty. That is what my intention is.
Yes. Yes. Yesterday I have not used the for loop. Just we have
Mm,
used the variable concept and put the
mm.
bulk insert and sending the
Okay.
only one record. But the data is not inserting. We are getting
Array
the error.
index out of array index out of bounds means what is my intention is like for loop is not working properly. I guess whatever you kept might be it is not working properly. That is one chance.
Okay. Tomorrow, today I will
Uh, just
capture the error
investigate.
and I will.
Yeah, just investigate or either first 10 minutes or last 10 minutes we will discuss on this so that even others will also have some clarity. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys. Chalo. Thank you. And one more POC also you can do that. The same thing here. As batch step is there, the failed records are going here. In case if you are using for each, how you can handle. Even that also you can try. You can also make it try. Okay. Okay. Do some massaging. I have tracked this failed records. Try to write it in some TXT file and try to observe. So many things, so many POCs we can do with this batch and for each. So these are few examples I'm saying. Okay. Okay, guys. Chalo. Thank you. Bye. Bye for now. Tomorrow we'll connect.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye bye.
everyone. Yeah. Bye bye.